welcome to Eating Healthy, a fun and delicious look at preparing fresh greens and herbs grown locally at Second Chances Farms. My name is Nicole, and I'm excited to introduce our very special guest, Herb Eggert, our facilities manager at Second Chances Farms, who is also a very talented maker of delicious things.
Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah. Herb is going to show us how to make watermelon salad. But first, our thanks to the warehouse for letting us cook in their amazing kitchen. Also, a very special thanks to ShopRite for providing some of the produce we use here on the show. And of course, thank you to Second Chances Farms for growing all of these delicious fresh herbs and greens they harvested today in their indoor vertical farm. Hi Herb, so what are we going to cook today?
Well, I'm going to make a watermelon salad. I understand we've had several chefs make them earlier in this series, so it's a little competition. What I'm making is watermelon, radish, and feta cheese with a few accoutrements. So I'll get started.
Yep.
So the first thing we want to do is slice watermelon as thinly as you can. Practically, I say, 1/16 of an inch, but start by cutting the rind off and then just slicing rectangles about 1 inch by 3 inch.
Is that for plating purposes?
That's for plating purposes and also for dressing purposes.
Oh, cool.
And you know, one thing you can do for me is find me a bowl of dresses.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm only going to plate 2 plates, so obviously I don't need all this watermelon. But what you want is basically baby watermelons, small, sweet, as you can find. Let me rinse this off, and next we're going to cut radishes as thinly as we can. Now when you get your radishes, you'd like to get radishes that are as fresh as possible and with good leaves on it, but it's pretty hard to do in today's grocery situation.
Are those baby radishes?
No, they're not baby radishes, they're full-size radishes. Okay, so what we want to do is basically slice the radishes as thin as possible after they've been washed. And I pre-washed these.
I love the heat a radish gives to a dish. It's a really good complement to anything sweet or savory.
And probably what you want for this recipe to serve 2 people is maybe a half a dozen radishes. And the amount of watermelon that I made is more than sufficient.
So how many people do you think this could serve?
Well, what I'll be preparing today probably would serve up to 4 people, depending on the size of the serving, obviously. But this is sort of a starter for your menu. I've already prepared the dressing for this, which is just a couple tablespoons of olive oil and maybe twice as much red wine vinegar. And what I'm going to do is sort of gently mix a couple tablespoons with that, and that constitutes the dressing. So then what we're going to do is we're going to plate some greens just really for looks. And I believe this is chard that came from Second Chances Farm.
It looks beautiful.
So yeah, it adds a lot of color. And certainly you can eat it if you choose to do so.
Chard and a lot of dark leafy greens are really dense with nutritional value, so it's great that you're at it.
So then what we want to do is just sort of place this on it so it looks nice. We want to put a couple turns of black pepper high up, and then finish it off with some microgreens. We have a really nice radish mix at the farm, but that wasn't in this harvest cycle, so I'm using and maybe you can remember for me what this mix is. It's
I believe it is a chard and radish microgreen mix.
So, and then we're going to put a little toasted pine nuts on it. Some mint leaves.
Mint and watermelon, such a good combo.
And one baby radish, top it off. And finally, feta cheese. Okay, and then just top it off liberally with feta cheese. And I like to put just a little bit of salt because of so what I have here is some black salt.
Yum, what is black salt?
Black salt. Comes from the Mediterranean region.
Oh, interesting.
So, and this is our dish.
Let me just make sure I get a little bit of everything on my fork. Wow, the watermelon, the feta and the mint all go together so well. And the pine nuts are so rich. I think you take the cake.
Well, thanks for having me.
If you have any questions about today's recipe, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And be sure to click the subscribe button below so that you don't miss a single episode of Eating Healthy. And on behalf of Second Chances Farms and The Warehouse, bye-bye for now.
Thank you.